Kaya ang pag-uusapan natin ay yung recent issue tungkol dito sa nangyaring oil spill sa Pandacan, Manila. At kasama rin yan ang unang-unang green government building sa Pilipinas. At para dyan ay makakasama natin si Laguna Lake Development Authority General Manager Neric Acosta at ang Presidential Advisor din for Environmental Concerns. Magandang umaga.
Welcome back to Good Morning, Boss.
Thank you. Thank you. Kapitbahay lang naman. Good morning, JC. Good morning,
Sandros. Secretary Acosta, siguro umpisahan lang muna natin doon sa nangyaring oil spill nga dito sa Pandacan, Manila. Ngayon, Secretary, ano na nga ba ang status ng Pandacan Oil Depot?
Well, in the end, it will really revert back to city government of Manila and their city hall, because in the end, for that to really be relocated, it's a local government decision.
Yes.
Although all that we can do from the part of government agencies, national government, even advisory for the environmental protection side of it, puspusan talaga yung rekomendasyon na any oil depot, not just because it's in a populated, especially a very densely populated city like Manila, but because it's by a body of water. Anywhere in the world, hindi yan pwede.
Yes.
And it is high time that after all these decades, we really look at a relocation of this oil depot, because it represents not just the hazards, not just the high risk, but it represents as well parang the increasing danger of environmental and health impacts kung patuloy itong mga ganito na nakita natin sa Lorraine Marketing, yung pinasara natin last week. Gaano kadali magkaroon ng isang aksidente dahil nandiyan ka sa mapanganib na lugar, na area. Nandiyan na yung tubig, isang oil, isang spill lang, isang discharge, lahat apektado. The environment does not political boundaries. So the Pasig River is for all. Laguna Lake, Manila Bay, buong bansa ang nakikinabang dyan. So hindi po pwede na isang depot, whether Pandacan, Lorraine, or whatever factory or establishment, can just be nahayaan na lang na ganun ang mangyayari na damage sa lahat natin. No?
Yes. Sir, I guess ito ang problema dito is people don't really realize how dangerous this is nga po na dito nakapwesto yung oil depot. Pwede niyo po ma-explain kung paano pwedeng kumalat at gaano kalaki yung ikakalat nito kung may spill nga po na nangyari or may aksidenteng ano.
Okay, siguro bata pa kayo eh. So ako that time I remember in the early 80s, even late kami naman yung generation na mas na bata pa noon. You will remember that even then there were in the US may mga kumalat na oil sa river, sa mga factories nila sa Lake Erie, sa Ohio River, sa Pennsylvania. Tapos yung tinawag na Love Canal incident na biglang grabe yung sunog and the river literally caught fire. Why? Because sobra-sobra yung mga oil na accumulate over the years, no, sa factory, sa discharge. Ito pa kayang oil spill, isang sindi lang yan.
Yes.
Imagine kung liliyab yan sa ilang kilometro ng isang river o isang body of water. Actually, so that's really, JC and Sandro, the greatest. It's happened. I mean, in many parts of the world na kapag pabayaan mo isang river, it can catch fire, literally.
Actually, yung nakakatakot dito, Sandro, nung araw din na nalaman na nagkaroon nga ng oil spill, ay nag-tweet yung mga tao na nakakaamoy sila nung gas. No? So, parang paano kung combustible na pala yung amoy nila?
Talaga naman, masangsang nga eh. Kasi the Lorraine Marketing, which owned the depot, was given an ECC years back for used and for finished products of oil.
Right.
Ang ano nila is actually used and bunker. That's low grade, low quality, highly combustible. Kasi yun pa ang mas masamang klase na oil.
So
no? Yung malapot.
The worst oil that can spill, no? Secretary.
Correct.
So ngayon naman po nangyayari siguro para malinis nga and ma-ensure nga na hindi nga po magkakaroon ng mga iba pang aksidente or sa areas na yun na ano.
Well, bukod sa you immediately contain it, and we thank the Coast Guard for helping us with that. I think within 24 hours na oil boom nila, no, spill boom, na-contain ka agad. Bukod sa sisip-sipin mo yan, o at least talagang isa-isahin mo yan na talagang mawala yung mismong oil hindi naman talaga maghahalo yan, tubig at langis, di ba?
Nakalutang.
Pero nakalutang yan. Pero the point is, it's still, you return to the point source. That's why when we went there last week, tayo po talaga ang nagpasara mismo ng mga pipes at kung saan. Kasi talagang pinadala ko earlier yung laboratory at research team namin para malaman kung ano yung extent at source at yung saan talaga yung lumabas. And then we closed the pipes of each tank. I think there were 12 tanks, no? Grabe yan, ang lalaki. So talagang hindi na nila magamit. Pinirmahan ko yung naka-tape, tapos yun talaga, hindi nila pwedeng matamper yun. And then we're fining them. The minimum is 10,000 a day under the Clean Water Act, which I authored when I was congressman years back. But so now we're really implementing and enforcing the law. Pero pwedeng up to 100, even 200,000 pesos a day. Pinag-aaralan lang yung tamang, with due process naman, yung tamang penalties. Bakit? Because hindi naman ito, yung isang discharge effluent sa isang factory lang o isang restaurant. Ito spill. This represents far more vulnerability sa mga tao, health risks, environmental impact. So that's where it's at now. So at least ngayon, talagang napasara natin. Bukod sa Manila City Hall na nagpasara sa buong negosyo nila, yung business permit, ang Laguna Lake Authority naman ay nagpasara sa kanilang mga discharge points at mga pipes, anything in their operations that have to do with water and wastewater and pollution of the water. Sagot namin po yun.
Secretary, siguro huli na lang dito sa oil spill. Malaki talaga kasing issue ito. Nabanggit nyo rin na Secretary yung Clean Water Act, no? na kasama kayo sa mga naging authors nito. Ano nga ba, Secretary, yung mga standards ng ating batas or yung mga requirements ng ating batas kapag mag-ooperate ng isang oil depot? Kasi sana talaga, no? Hindi na ito mangyari ulit. Although ito yung pinakamalaki and we really have to set an example, ano naman yung mga requirements siguro para sa mga iba pang mga kumpanya?
Well, unang-una ang Clean Water Act, it's really, we return it to two words, no? Any body of water is covered by the Clean Water Act. Bukod sa yung iniinom ng tao, yung bodies of water kasi yung clean water, rivers, lakes, areas. So, ang Clean Water Act, dalawa, dapat fishable, may fish pa. Swimmable, okay sa human contact. Hindi kayong lumalangoy sa hollow septic tank. Although alam natin, maraming nagaganon pa rin mga bata, di ba? Some parts of the esteros of Manila, etc. So the Clean Water Act translates fishable and swimmable into very specific standards like biological oxygen demand, BOD. Ano yung micrograms per liter ng tubig, dapat i-test yan. Chemical oxygen demand, yung mga ganon, maliwanag po yun. Kaya walang lusot, like ang Lorraine marketing, hindi lang visible, makikita mo talagang oil yan, spill. Pero talagang may rolla kami. Rolla is results of laboratory analysis. So talagang nakuha na namin yan nung ano talaga yung laman, ano talaga yung tubig na yan. And so we have all of those. Very clear po yan sa Clean Water Act. So you can't get away from that. So, scientific talaga.
So ngayon naman siguro, let's just touch upon your new building. Alam naman po natin na this is parang kumbaga the first in the Philippines na green building kung tawagin. Bakit po ba green building ang tawag dito?
Well, green dahil ito talaga green nga background natin. That's really environment, luntian na talagang nagbibigay ng hindi lang konsiderasyon kung hindi tamang disenyo sa atin pong ng ating pong infrastructure, tubig at energy use, no? So water use, energy use, ito'y lahat sensitive, tinatawag na climate smart green building. Ibig sabihin, ito po ay hindi yung nakakasama pa sa environment, kung hindi na-enhance o nakibagay ka That's what we say, light footprint. So this green building, which is just in the National Ecology Center, and I'd like to invite you to feature it really as a way of education, no? Para malaman ng tao. And we'd like to use this, mga end of the year, tapos na talaga. So we're about 60% already completed. You will see there will be a constructed wetland, wind scoop para malamig, may green walls para hindi ka masyadong gumamit ng aircon, maaliwalas, ramp ang imbis na lahat stairway at elevator na makakaano ka pa ng may ramp para parang maganda yung and then there's the air and the water sort of really ventilate and cool the whole area. We have a material recovery facility sa likod, may recycling, may green garden. Green garden sa rooftop, green roof. So ang daming features at makikita nyo na talagang posible hong less cement, more greenery, more water, iba yung tap water, iba po yung magpa-flush sa toilet kasi nire-recycle mo, and you will have easily 5-6 million ang estimate, million savings pesos a year sa energy savings at sa tubig. So napakalaking example at experience po kung lahat ng mga LGU, eskwelahan, uy, ito pala isang green climate smart building, gayahin din natin. And if we're accredited by the Philippine Green Buildings Council, it will be a 3-star.
So hopefully, sir, makuha ninyo yung 3-star rating. No? Napakataas ng 3-star rating na ito.
Wala pang 1-star yung iba. Ito, 3-star kaagad.
Actually, naririnig mo pa lang sa kwento ni Secretary
Parang
Acosta,
napaka-advanced, no? Na talagang self-sustaining na rin nangyayari dun sa building na ito.
And actually, what's interesting with this is, yun nga, no, Sandro, parang napaka-advanced, pero basically, yung ginawa lang talaga nila is to make it adapt to nature.
Yes,
no? Na ginagamit mo yung kapaligiran para rin doon sa sariling sustenance ng building. Maybe, Secretary, maaari nyo kaming bigyan ng huling mensahe na rin para sa ating mga tagapanood, partikular, tukol na rin siguro sa Pandacan Oil Depot and at the same time sa inyong bagong green building.
Well, unang-una, I think Sandro and JC, thank you, because we really need to not just trumpet this at advocacy, whether it is about Oil Depot, taking care of our bodies of water, the Laguna Lake, Manila Bay, Pasig River, or green buildings. The environment is not fringe. Yun ang mensahe po. Hindi siya yung, nandyan lang sa tabi-tabi, mag-Earth Day tayo, mag-tree planting tayo, paminsan-minsan. Ito po ay araw-arawin po nating isipin na ito ay environment ecology na siyang source ng buhay. Kung wala ho ang malinis na tubig, malinis na hangin, maayos na kapaligiran, saan po tayo? Even an economy cannot thrive if all of us are sick and all of our ecosystems are dying. So the Presidential Advisor for Environmental Protection Office, with the Office of the President, and especially with this assignment for the Laguna Lake as the biggest ecosystem of the country, because Metro Manila is here, Calabarzon. This is the biggest part of this is the most congested and important part of the country in terms of lahat, no, economic activity and the importance of the lake ecosystem. Sana po ang pangag-alaga natin ay nakasalalay din sa ating consciousness na ang tuwid na daan din po, ayon nga kay ay hindi lang tuwid na daan sa good governance, anti-corruption, ito rin po ay tuwid na daan sa luntiang paraan. Araw-araw. It's an everyday consciousness and commitment. Kaya yun po ang sana nanawagan tayo sa lahat. And please, all the media and schools, let's all be together in all of this with our local governments and national government on this.
Okay, maraming salamat, Secretary, at talaga namang all the best, no, sa environment agenda rin natin na matigil yung mga oil spills na ganito. At the same time, magpapagawa ng proactive measures, no, para masigurado yung ating kapaligiran.
Alam naman, JC, alam mo naman na para sa atin din to, lalo na meron tayong malaking problema sa climate change. So talaga, we always have to do our part in this as well.
Right. Yan po si Secretary Neric Acosta, ang General Manager ng LLDA at ang Presidential Advisor on Environmental Protection.